And how can I relate a daily experience with Swami? So, if Sparsham, Darsham, Sambhashanam is the only yardstick, like I said, I stand nowhere. But do I feel him with me? The answer is yes, and that's 24/7. I believe that every step that I take, every move that I make is all because of his grace. Pranams to everyone. I'm happy to be a part of this episode of Me and My Swami, which moved me in many ways. But I want to share with you one of the shlokas that has moved me right through my life, and it runs like this. Idam shariram parinama peshalam patatyavashyam shlata sandhijarjaram kimaushadaihi klishyasi Muda durmate niramayam krishna rasa yanam piba. The meaning of the shloka is very interesting. Idam shariram means this body. Parinama peshalam, it means that it is subject to wear and tear over a period of time. Why? Shlata sandhi jarjaram, like flailing the arms in the sea, arms and legs just to keep yourself afloat. We are trying to keep our life afloat in the sea of life. So what happens is, in that process of flailing, this body is definitely bound to fall. So, kim aushadaihi, what is the medicine for you through this life? Kim aushadaihi klishyasi. Klishyasi means don't complicate. Muda durmate, that means the mind that is not capable of being, very clear. It says, keep your mind clear, O mind. Krishna rasayanam piba. Niramayam Krishna rasayanam piba. That means the only thing that can be beneficial is Krishna rasayanam, is the rasayanam, that means the chemical called Krishna. So that's the name that you have to keep repeating over and over again in order to be successful in life. So this is a shloka actually by Raja Kulashekara, who was the Raja of Travancore, who besides being a Raja himself became such a great and ardent devotee of Krishna, of Rama for example, that he is today revered as one of the Arvars in our tradition. And therefore this shloka has kept me in some fine stead through my life so far. Now, having said that, let me start with my association with Swami. If we had to look at things like Darsham, Sparsham, Sambhashanam as the yardstick of closeness to Swami, I think anybody can beat me by a mile, because the only occasion that I have ever had of any proximity to Swami was one Pada Namaskaram that he gave me way back. I think this was in 1995 when I was switching between jobs. It was a fairly tough kind of a transition, and through life, and especially now that I have retired and we have started leading a completely different life from an active work life, I've had a lot more time to ponder, and I've become extremely aware of Swami's presence, not at different such kind of trying situations in life, but at every step of the way. And how can I relate a daily experience with Swami? So, if Sparsham, Darsham, Sambhashanam is the only yardstick, like I said, I stand nowhere. But do I feel him with me? The answer is yes, and that's 24/7. I believe that every step that I take, every move that I make is all because of his grace. So therefore, what I have learned over a period of time, and I have not mastered it yet, what I have started to do is, within the limit of my knowledge, my perception, my line of sight, I take the step that I think is right, And then I sincerely pray to Swami and say, hey, listen, Swami, listen, this is what my mind knows. If that is right, please hold my hand and take me to the finish of this task. You know the objective of this task yourself so much better than I do. Take me the right path. And I can tell you without a fail, Swami takes you through the way. And that experience is a pure joy to be experienced. And I would urge that all of you start leading life in that sense of updated awareness, so that you can experience the bliss of that permanent presence with Swami. Now, does that mean therefore that every time that you start out to take an initiative in life, you're going to be successful? The answer is no. There would be trying moments in your life. And therefore, would you think that Swami is not with you? That is where we can make a possibly stupid mistake. Because the experiences that Swami takes you through are every step necessary, and you would not know it because you do not have the line of sight for what's going to unfold 2-3 months or many years into future. And I can give you experiences after experiences on either side of the coin. For example, my moving into Puttaparthi, and we moved in the month of August this year, after having decided in December. In December of 2020, we decide to move into Puttaparthi. By April, I think, we decide the place that we need to move into. By August 2021, we have moved into Puttaparthi. But the decision to move into Puttaparthi started in the month of December. The actions for which Swami had started all the way back during his birthday in 2020, on the date of his birthday, 23rd November of 2020. It's a chilling experience that maybe I can share in another episode or whatever, because I don't want it to be too long. But it started from there on and it culminated to our being here. And in the course of all of this, and you can look at it, we had an incredible experience of getting a flat from its barest possible shape to getting completed in flat 5 to 6 months during the thick of lockdown. What more experience and what more evidence do I need? So that is a successful experience that I had. Let me tell you an unsuccessful experience that I had, which then later, proved to be a boon in its own way. Along my career was another opportunity for me where I had an opportunity to move my salary almost 100% with another company. We were in Bombay, the job was in Chennai, and the 100% jump in salary would not, would it not, let's say, move any person, leave alone somebody who's a 30-something? So I was pretty excited about the job. They took me for a medical test. They said, you have the job. We'll give you the letter in a couple of days. You call us in the evening and then we'll confirm the whole thing to you. I called them in the evening and then they said the job was not mine. So I was completely nonplussed as to how this could happen. I was shattered in many ways. But you know what happened after 2 months? The entire project was shelved. What would have happened if I had taken the job, or if I had gotten the job and gone in? I would have been jobless in 2 months. So where was the 100% hike? It's a hoax. So you see, I had no line of sight for what's going to happen, but Swami did. And therefore, these are not just 2 incidents. I can relate and go on and on and on with almost the littlest of things in my life as to how Swami's presence can be felt and must be felt by each one of us. When you accept that philosophy and when you surrender completely to Him, there is an automatic humility that comes into you. You start to accept things the way they come in. Therefore, you become pretty peaceful and calm from inside of yourself. Therefore, you become pleasant in terms of people who want to interact with you. You spread joy and happiness around you. That's very purpose of living, isn't it? And this is why I think, in spite of the fact that by the usual traditional yardsticks of Sparsham, Sambhashanam and Darsham, I am so far away from Swami, actually He is within me. Sairam.